Hello, you ready for a shaker card? It's another fun fold, and if ever you've wanted to make a shaker card, this is a good one to try it out with. The dies are perfect for it, and the fold, when you look at it here, it's not that difficult, and it sure looks good. So, here it is. And I put little, the frosted dots, the yellow ones, on the flower centers. A couple little butterflies inside. That's how it stands up. It's pretty, huh? Okay, so this is today's project. This is the third one using the bundle. This is the first one. So that video is 2 videos ago. You could click back if you want to make this one. And just look at the difference in the feel of these. Both beautiful, but both very different. And then there is this one, which is a little vintagey. Another fun fold. And that was the second video. First video, second video, and then today's video. Okay, so let's get started on this one. Memorable Blooms is the name of the bundle. So we'll be using that and dies. And then also Grow with Love just for the word label. This label right here. So I'm using a few new items, and I think they're online exclusives, and the paper cut sizes and score lines are in the video description. This is some new ribbon, and it's called Ribbon White. Not very descriptive, but it's really soft. So we'll be using that. Well, here, let's do it right now. Just a double bow, because otherwise the card, it isn't all that decorated. The fun part with the shaker card is most exciting. So there's that. And in the video description, there is, after the first paragraph, it says, here's a list of all the products used to make these cards, and I list all the products for each of the cards. So if you click on that link, you could see the description of the ribbon, the item number, and the cost. There's a bow. Done with that. That's for the inside. Butterflies we'll use in a minute. For the shaker card, you can use your dimensional edges, like this right here. You could use that, or you can get foam adhesive strips, which I'm going to use today. But if you don't have these, you really want to make the card, don't let it hold you back. Pull out your dimensionals, and even if you use a few sheets of them, just using the outside edge, you could get away with doing it that way just fine. Butterflies, we'll use these in a minute. Inside papers, and a window sheet. So let's see what else we have. We're going to be using the trimmer and score to make the score lines. Oh, look at this. This is, because you know, we've got little one here. Is this just, that's his foot. You take up mushroom in my heart. Is that the cutest thing? Okay, look at this one. And you know what that is. I have nothing but love for you. Michaela made these, and she had them in his diaper bag this morning. And I'm like, Michaela, you are so creative. Can I share those? She goes, sure, that's fine. And look at this one. Totally love you. Happy Valentine's Day. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, back on task. Page 50 in the spring catalog is the bundle. And you could get them separate, but you might as well get them together because you get 10% discount. And if you order an extra $5, you get a celebration item for free, which is good, through the end of February. I'm trying to come with the first page. Here we go. That's what the catalog outside looks like. And glue dots. Oh, and here's the paper. That's this paper right here. You can see it better there, garden green. And then it's the paper with the little white, yellow flowers on them. So that's this paper. And this is called, I just got it, Lovely Garden. So this is an online exclusive, and you can get it beginning in March. But look how pretty it is. I was thinking about using that, but I like the little leaves a little bit better for this project. Oh, that one's pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And I'll have the item number in the link that says, here are a list of all the products used. And gold foil paper. And then this is new too. I have 3 packages. This is called Woven Texture Designer Paper. And I'll have the item number in that link. And that is for the word label and then the background here. I wanted the background to be up and down, but then I thought, oh, I like the flowers kind of off to the side. But that ended up twisting it, and I think it's okay, no matter how you do it. This time maybe I'll try to have it up and down. So that is this paper right here. And I think this is a whole product suite, and it comes with a bundle, stamp set and dies, and this designer paper. Isn't that fun? So much texture to plain paper. All natural looking. That's the one for today's project. Well, that's fun. And I know for sure there's a stamp set that matches this. We used it on the last project. Okay. So let's get to scoring the base papers. Oops. Okay, so this is a base cut to 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 1 1/4. 2.5, 5.5. And this is for the tent, the tall part on the card, this part right here. This is cut to 3 5/8 by 8. It's going to be scored at 4. Oh, and for the shaker card, these are loose frosted dots, and they're online only. And they're in 3 colors, and I think 3 sizes in here. So I was picking out all of the daffodil ones, but the blue is so pretty. And then there's the pink, but they're fun. But today, I want to do it with the champagne iridescent dots, which I think are online only too. But once again, it'll be in the link, and it'll show the item number. Okay, so let's get to building this. Tent and card base. And all these layers are going to get designer paper on them. The inside will have white paper on it, so just about every layer will be covered. Washi tape. Okay, let's see. This is inside. This is for words. That's for this big leaf stem. So I'll cut that. words. We could stamp the words. Little bend there. I'm going to stamp it in Memento. And stamping on the designer paper, you'll have to get it really inked up well, because the ink really doesn't want to stick to the designer paper too good. But it kind of goes with the kind of vintagey look. Okay, that's good. Okay, so get that centered. Then cut that out. So we have that. We'll do the shaker card part in just a minute. So for the shaker card, I have a window sheet. And this goes on the tent. And I have a picture of Bo to show you. I'll do that at the end, because I know some people don't want to see all that. And I have, Michaela took the cutest pictures of baby Warren. And she says, it's okay if you want to share those. So I'll show you those too. They're so cute. Okay, so the tent is done. And I'm looking here and I notice that those are not equal, but they're not going to be compared on the card. One will be on the front of the card, the other one on the back. So don't worry if it's not exact. Okay, this is for these 3 pieces make up the shaker card. So we'll do that in just a minute. Let's get these pieces layered on. Oh, the black and white is kind of pretty. I like black and white. It's hard to tell if there's a up and a down to that paper, which I guess is a good thing. Because then no matter what you do, it's right. I was just thinking, is this piece even seen? This piece of designer paper? Not really. It's right in here. That's okay. Isn't this paper pretty though? I like the little white flowers with a hint of yellow. I'm not worried, but just wondering how it's going to turn out using the champagne dots rather than the frosted dots. The frosted dots I did just the yellow, which picks up the color of the flower. So I hope it works out. Okay, and then we can attach this. So to attach this piece, the tent, I'm going to have it up a little bit from the bottom of the card and in a little bit. And you probably won't pay much attention until you have it glued like this and you're thinking, okay, where do I put that? So I'll put this one on, then I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, see how you could see a little bit of the designer paper right here? And I'm making sure that these edges are parallel with each other. While the glue is wet, I could kind of scooch it around. Okay. So see how there's a little bit of the designer paper showing? And then on the back, it's raised up a little bit. But you're thinking, oh, I can make it really tall, but you want it to fit in an envelope. So when I set this down on my ruler, let's see, I have one right here. it's 4 1/4 or less. This is like 4 3/8. But just keep that in mind, because if you had this up too high and you were showing a lot of this designer paper, you wouldn't be able to get it into an envelope. Okay, so the front one is on. So now to do the back one, I have a little tip, and that is put maybe a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch of glue back here, and not to fill the whole back. Because you would think, oh, I could put glue this whole way, but when you open up the card, there is just a little bit of air, a little bit of an opening in here, which just makes opening and closing the card a little bit easier. And notice how I put that into place while the card is folded. It's closed, just so when you go to put it into an envelope, because if you did it while it was flat, it's not, like there's all kinds of air, all kinds of little tunnels. Like this is almost flat, but not that. You want to make sure it will fit flat into the envelope. Okay, this goes on with dimensionals. How about that? This might be too much. You might as well use it. It works just fine. Okay. And I'll save that little bit for later. This goes right here. Okay, so for the, let's get this out of the way. Isn't that pretty? So I'm going to put it here, as low it will go. So this leaf, only half of it gets glue, and most of this leaf does. So no glue here to here. The rest of it, little bits. And it doesn't take much to hold it in place. I want to make sure that it's within the card parameter. Okay, that can glue. Okay, so for the shaker card, we'll be using 2 dies on 3 pieces. So first of all, the window sheet, you want it to be a full solid piece. If you did this one, you'd have pieces falling out all over. So let's get that one cut. And you'll have to run it through on your machine back and forth a few times just to make sure you get a good cut. On the sample card, I had to use my snips to kind of trim it because I ran it through one time and that wasn't quite enough. Okay, so here's the window sheet. Trying to get the glare on it so you can see, there you go. Okay, so we'll set that off to the side. Also, the background piece is just this die only. And if you get confused when you're putting yours together, go to my blog and I'll have pictures of all these, including this picture here. You can see the window sheet is solid, the whole big one. The designer paper and the linen in the back is one whole solid piece, which we'll run through right now. Okay, so there's that. The gold, on the other hand, I have pieces in it. The gold, we're going to use both of these dies. And at first, trying to figure it out, I had to use, let me see if I have them. I I have envelopes that I had in the garbage can, and I'm like, okay, what does that one do? And I was pretty clear on this one. I thought I knew, and yes. So I was working with that, and I'm like, well, what does this one do? And it just cuts out just the inside. And if you're wanting a shaker card, you're like, well, I wanted to have that frame on it. So we're going to use the two dies together. But sometimes just to have a scrap piece that will help you know what it does, that helps out a lot. Okay, so we're going to use these two dies together on the gold foil paper. So put this one on. Okay, and then put this one on. And because it's symmetrical all the way around, it doesn't matter where you put it, what angle, because you could rotate it once you're ready to put it onto your linen paper. Okay, so make sure that's on the foil. Just hold on right there. Put this one, just set it into place, and then make sure this little gap is equal. I'll hold it up here close in just a minute. I think that's good. Okay. And I'll show you what part I was looking at so you'll know when you come to do this. Okay. So first of all, the big one fits on the gold paper. Success. Next one, I just put this detailed one inside of here, and see how this little rim, it's equal all the way around all of them? That means it's ready to go through. And here it is, exactly what we want. So to make the shaker card, I'm going to take the window sheet and attach it to the gold foil. And I'm just doing it with glue. You could do it however you like. The glue is good because it's so fine. And I'll just do a little touches up through here, especially on the tips. But if you get glue on any metallic foil paper, it kind of dulls that area. So I'm being a little bit sparse. And obviously not every spot. Okay, it's kind of hard working with clear. There, that's a little easier to see. And then I'm feeling which side is up, which side is down. Because it's going to be covered, it probably doesn't matter, but you know. Okay, and attach it there, attach it there. That's all that's to that part. Now just let it dry just a bit. Okay, so now we have two pieces. So next is putting the foam strip on. And because these are the same size, you could put it on either piece. I'm going to put it on here. Well, which is stiffer? Maybe I'll put it on here. But I want these to dry, kind of stick together. Dry. Okay, so if you're using the foam adhesive strips, you'll use a whole strip. I have a little tip on applying this and a little bit of a scrap. And keep your scraps because you never know when you need them. Okay, so take one of these off. And just a little bit of a scrap, just a minute. Okay, that should be dry enough. I'm wishing for something dark behind here so you could see it better. that's better. Okay, so to attach the foam strip, you could put it on, but you're kind of struggling with the paper because there's that paper, just like dimensionals, the paper on there. But I found if you remove the paper, and yes, you're exposing the other part of adhesive, the foam piece just bends a lot better. So bending it with the paper on it, see how the paper is kind of fighting the process a little bit? Where if it's just the foam, see how easy that bends? So I'll put it on. Good, good. And then when it comes to the bend, I'm going to push with my finger and then go around the bend. And when I hold this up, you're going to say, well, yeah, that's okay. It's not perfect by no means. But because it's hidden, it doesn't matter. So because I'm about to go around a bend, I'm going to reveal a little bit more of it. Be right on that line. Smush it down onto the window sheet. Open up a little bit more, go around that bend. Okay. Go around the bend. That I'm getting it close to the window, but looking through here you can't see it, so it's okay. Okay, off with all the paper. Kind of push it there, go for the corner, push it, and it almost works out. Ooh, but this is perfect for that. Oh, and I kind of have it going around a little here. Well, okay. So right here, I still have the paper on this one. I could take the paper off. There. Ugh. Right up next to it, because you don't want any of your little shaker gems escaping. There. Okay, I need to do a little bit of a trim. So you could see here how close I got. My gems are much bigger than that, so that's just fine. If you're doing super fine gems or glitter, you would need to make sure that that's closed up really well. And now you can see right here, I need to trim that just a little bit. Trim it so that the two ends match up. Okay. So that's how much was trimmed off. And then see how the ends match up? Okay, we're good. That's the hardest part of it. Not that that was hard. Okay, and so now you could put your gems into here and then flip this over the top, but see how you're kind of like, oh, I think I have it in the right place. So instead, I'm going to put my gems on here. This time I've decided to use the Champagne Iridescent, and I want to use all the different sizes. And hint, don't put in too many. Like that could be good, or you could do just a little bit more. And I say that because one time I thought, you know, more is better. So it was of a scene with snow in it, and I filled it up so high. I had it filled up to here. It's like, oh, there's going to be a good one. But there is no room to shake. So when you shook it, there was no movement because it was too full. So this here, when you shake it, it's just down here at the bottom. Like not even a quarter. Yeah, maybe a sixth of the way filled. So that's about the same amount. Also, when I put this on, I don't want to see the back side of the gems. So take a minute and flip them over. That's what I do with the yellow ones. And I don't want to admit to it, but many of them flipped over again once I started shaking it. So just, if you want to, you can flip them over. I have wishful thoughts that they'll all stay just like this. There's probably an easier way to do it. Let me just try flipping it. Picker-upper tool, maybe. Okay, how about, I think they just naturally, these ones just naturally go upside down. Okay. Do it old school. Hope you have a little bit of a fingernail, not too much. These are all good. Good. Then I'm going to put them all in the center. The next step is to put them all in the center and then put the window sheet detailed gold piece right over the top. And then confirm that it's all stuck down. Okay, those are good. Good. When you were a kid, did you used to do jacks? Where you had to get them, like I'll do these three. I don't know why, but we played that a lot. I wonder if I could still do it. Because you have to bounce the ball, get the jacks, and then catch the ball. I don't know where that came from. Wait till I show you these pictures. Baby Warren and what Michaela took pictures yesterday. She does for, he's almost 4 months. She does for all of his month anniversaries. She's such a good mom. Okay, we're getting there. And then the rest of the card is just putting the shaker card on the front, putting the bow on, a few little butterflies, and then the inside is just a little bit of Stampin', a greeting, and coloring. I wonder if I should do the inside coloring, because I did it yellow on the sample because it matches the shaker beads. Well, the designer paper is yellow. I'm wondering if there's just like a more champagne, I guess that would be petal pink like. Almost done. 3 more. Okay, so they're all done. So the next step is to bring them all to the middle, and I'm just making room for the adhesive strip to go down. Then, where do you want your floral? Because this one I chose it to be over here. I wonder how it would look over here. I'll try that. So, having the paper go up and down rather than diagonal, like that. And then this one could go right here. So, I'm just going to set it down. And it doesn't have to be exactly perfect, because I could see a little bit hanging out over there. And you could trim that if you want. On the sample card, I also didn't have it perfect placement. But notice how I'm pushing, making sure that that foam adhesive strip is really sealing in. Okay, so. Shaker card. So looking up here, yeah, that's not so good. You could even see the foam up there. Maybe the bow needs to go up there. And you could see that it's sticky right there. So, because that's going to go on the garden green and be kind of really obvious. I'm just going to trim some of this off. I didn't trim it off on the sample, and I was off a bit. Yeah. And you could kind of see it up here. Okay, so done with the shaker card. That's going to go onto here. And then I'm going to use a few of the gems to decorate the floral gold piece. goes like that. And it's right here. And I'm looking at how much green I see, how much green, and then top to bottom just to get it centered. So the flower, or the bow, okay, right there. And I'll make the ribbon a little bit smaller. Put a little bit of glue on it. Just don't want it to come up. And then I'm going to put a dot of glue in the center of each of these flowers so I could put a gem on there. 1, 2, 3. Oh, here's 1, 4. Is that it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So what size? How about small one? That one looked deformed. Well, here's a medium. Nope. Medium. Medium. Kind of want to put a big one on here. Not super big. Like this one here, that's too big, I think. Oh, but it looks good. Okay. And a tiny one. Right there. So kind of all gets lost in it, but it also matches well. Okay. And butterflies. Those tiny bees would be cute on here too. Okay, so we're done with these. Better close them up. Brushed brass butterflies. So I'll do one, and I'm going to put them over here just because this is a little bit busy. 1, 2. Okay, so the outside is done. Shaker card. I think the designer paper just makes it easy. So the inside is Stamping in Memento. Well, I was going to say the 2 flowers. Oh, but that does look good. I might do them in, well, first of all, I know Stampin'. Then 2 flowers in the corners. Okay. Then for coloring. These are the colors I used. Lolly, light and dark, Mossy Meadow, and Seafoam for the outline to make it look a little misty. I'll show you about that. But I'm thinking because this one has the champagne dots on it, maybe yellow. You know, I have to test it. So maybe, oof, daffodil, or lemon lolly, and petal, because petal I think is closer to champagne. Well, how about petal, petal, lolly light? Well, give it a try. Petal. That's petal pink dark. Petal pink dark. Maybe right into lolly. Draw this, I hope it works out. Oop. I hear a baby. Okay, okay. I'm hurrying. Tony's got him, but and hold on, because when he wakes up, he is ready to eat. It's not just a little bit of, yeah, it's have it ready for me. Aww. Okay, this is working just fine. Whew, wait till you see how pretty this is. He's gonna let it go. I wonder if Tony's trying to change him. The sound of a baby. Oh, I hear Tony talking to him. He's saying, ooh, because that's what Warren says. Ooh. And lemon lolly light. This is the first time I've tried to do a video with him sleeping. Because before Tony couldn't carry him. He couldn't stand and carry him because of the new knee. But Tony's doing so well. And he feels confident now. Okay, so that's good. And Mossy Meadow dark on these shadow parts. The detailed part. And then I'll do Mossy Meadow light on the open part. I hear Tony talking to him. He's whispering to him. But when he comes out here, because I know Tony's just trying to get time for his bottle to get warmed up, he's going to let it rip like, ah! Once he gets the bottle, silent. For like, it takes him 10 or 15 minutes to finish the bottle. And then that boy, he can burp. He is quite the boy. Oh, he's doing the diaper. I hear him whispering. Okay, family, almost done. I'll still show you those pictures though, because they're just so cute. Color in, color in. So this is the third project using this bundle. And each of the projects are so different and so fun. I can make 1 million of each one of them. Okay, maybe not 1 million. Okay, maybe not 10. Okay. Then I'll fill in the rest of it with ball of light. Ooh, I went outside the line. I'm rushing. They're in there talking. He's saying, oh, doesn't that feel better? A new diaper? It's okay. You boys can let it happen. Okay. And then the last step, hopefully, that will cover up my little whoopses is to make it magical. So I'll show you the difference with the seafoam, light, border, and knot. So see how these have the outline of seafoam and this one doesn't? It just makes it look a little magical, mystical. So we'll do that. And I'm not going to take the time to blend it or anything, just because it's so light. So I'm just going to outline everything. Tony's still trying to occupy him. He's looking for his other sock. Okay. Just trace around it, and it's fun to do this in seafoam has been my latest favorite, but just because the card has green, like a green everything to it, the card bases, the leaves are, seafoam works good, but it's good in pool party. I do that probably most often. Smoky slate light, just this little outline is very nice. And if you have kind of a vintagey one, the crumb cake light is good. I really haven't used too many of the other colors. Maybe granite. But because it's so soft, you don't need to blend it out with your color lifter. Okay, right over to here. And then I'm using this seafoam because I went out of the lines right there. If I keep hitting it, it'll become seafoam rather than mossy meadow. Tony took him into the bedroom. He calls it dude time because they sit on the bed and they just kind of talk and look. And Warren loves Tony's t-shirts when they have red on them. And so on the weekends he says, okay, I have to wash all my t-shirts, so I'm ready. Okay, almost done. Okay. Pretty, pretty. Okay, so then this gets put onto the inside. Right in here. And that is done. Okay, so now I'll show you those pictures really fast. So there's Bo saying Happy Valentine's Day. And look at him. Okay, hold on. Then, look at that. Is he just the cutest? Is she most clever? And she put all those little kisses on him. And look at the look on his face. Eek! Happy boy. Yeah, I think that one. Look at that. Oh. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.